Hey guys, it's your boy Fallen Highwind. We're back with episode 6, right, of this main scenario quest for patch 4.3. So we're going to pick up where we last left off. It's been a few days, I've been away and been up to some other things. If you want to hear more about that, hit me up on Twitter. So we're going to pick it up with Under the Moonlight, where we're sort of wrapping up the final piece of the Doman story for maybe this part of the expansion, but we'll soon find out. And yeah, let's speak to Alisei. So I think it's time we were going, don't you? We've done all we can here, and we have a lot to report. But before we head back to the Rising Stones, let's call in at Ralgar's Reach. We should be the ones to tell Leeson about Xenos. After everything we went through together, we owe her that. So let's head to Ralgar's Reach. Looks like it's taking us a while to load in. Wonder if everyone's excited for E3. We've got 8 days to go, guys. Looking forward to seeing a lot of new games come forward, and I'll make sure I'll be covering them here on the channel, so make sure you check back in for that. I'll have trailer reactions for everything that goes up, and reactions to some of the conferences as well, especially Square Enix's one. We might even get some more word of updates for 14, or some expected things as well, because it looks like, from the post I read earlier today on Twitter, they're definitely going to have some presence there. So we've got to lease. Fallen, Alisei, you're back. No Alphano? It's good to see you, Lisa. As for my headstrong brother, he's off on what will almost certainly turn out to be a once-in-a-lifetime trip to Garlemald. It's a long story, but we have evidence that Xenos might still be alive. What? But that's... if this is a joke, gods, this had better be a joke. Look, I know what I saw, right? We all saw it, and here you are saying he's alive and well and living the high life back in Garlemald. I know how ludicrous this sounds, I'm still having difficulty believing it myself, but while I might doubt the word of an Imperial envoy, I'm inclined to trust Fallen's. He saw the Crown Prince through the Echo in a meeting that could only have taken place in the recent past. It was him. It was Xenos. No, it must have been, I don't know, some kind of really convincing imposter. Xenos is dead. He had a great big hole in his neck. We buried him. Aye, and someone went to the trouble of desecrating the bastard's grave, remember? Thal's gilded halls. Whatever are you talking about? Hey, Thancred. Oh boy. Thancred, what brings you to the Reach? Alphino had me lending a hand at the Sultry, keeping an eye on the rebuilding work and so on, just until operations were up and running, and now that they are, I thought I might look in on you before wending my weary way back to the headquarters. Forgive me if I misheard, but is there some suggestion the late Crown Prince could have gotten better? If so, might I suggest a quick look inside his coffin as for our first order of business? Ugh, as much as I hated the man, it doesn't feel right defiling his grave, but if it will put this rumour to rest, I suppose we have to, and when there are no curious eyes about, if we can manage it. Xenos is buried up at the Blood Hoe in the locks. His grave was set apart from the others and left unmarked so as not to upset the locals. Then it shouldn't be too hard to find. Nargo, you're in charge until I get back. Okay, so let's head to Xenos' grave, which I'm pretty sure is going to be empty. If this patch has taught us anything, it's most likely to be empty. So we'll teleport over to Port Patricia? Pretoria. Oh my god, Port of Pretoria. Wow, I'm stumbling over my words today. Again. Okay, let's mount up. How are you guys enjoying the patch so far? I haven't got to try as much of it as I normally do. I've been a little bit busy, so you know, apologies that the videos aren't coming out thick and fast, but even if they are late, I'll make sure they're all put out as we go along. Still got to do Ritter on a Lighthouse, the new dungeon, the quest for the Four Lords, so I'll make sure they're all up on the channel ASAP. Got the day off on Wednesday, so I should be able to upload a lot more. We're almost there. There's Lise. This is it, gods, he better be in there. Someone scrawled all over the stone a while ago, but I had scrubbed it off and thought no more about it. So no one thought to check if the coffin was still occupied? Well then, we are presented with but one course of action, and we had best be sure we are not observed in the doing of it. Shall we begin? There should be a cutscene, I'd imagine. Or perhaps not.
Oh dear. We seem to be missing a corpse.
I still think it's obviously Elidibus that is
somewhere. I only hope it isn't walking around.
in Xenos' body. Who's this? Who was that? Odd. If there's no corpse, then are we to conclude the rumours are true? Not necessarily. We might still be dealing with a doppelganger of some kind. An agent could have been sent to dispose of the body in a bid to lend credence to the tale of Xenos' resurrection. More and more, however, I find myself siding with Alphino's theory of Asian possession. Speaking from experience, I can tell you they have no qualms about taking a living host, let alone a dead one. You're saying an Asian is walking around in Xenos' body? It seems a distinct possibility, and once I have put this grave back the way we found it, I shall pay a visit to the people responsible for interring the Crown Prince. Before leaping to any conclusions, I want to know for sure if a body was ever buried here, and how certain we are that Xenos was properly dead. If he wasn't, that was some trick. He as good as cut his own head off. Anyway, Raban needs to hear about this. If you find anything out, send word to me at the Ralgos Reach. I don't know why I'm surprised. With matters settling down in Doma, we were due another crisis. Shall we make the Rising Stones then? It's past time we shared these developments with the others. Orion J could probably explain this in like 20 seconds. Orion J. Okay, so let's head for Mordona and over to the Rising Stones. Oh, okay, brought us here. While I was waiting for you to arrive, I spoke with Orion J over Link Pearl and gave him a full report. Y'shtola is on her way and should be here any... Ah! Alice, fallen, 'tis good to see you safe and well. What news from the east? Disturbing developments indeed. Given all that we know, I too would conclude that Nassian now inhabits Xenios' body. A doppelganger might have fooled the Crown Prince's subordinates, but fallen, nay, Alphino had the right of it. Would that his wisdom extend to the question of his own safety. Capable though he has become, he ventures alone into the enemy stronghold, and the shadowy web of the paragons, like as not. When it comes to making rash decisions, I'm hardly in a position to criticize, but I'm worried. I just wish there was something I could do for him besides pray. And that's the end of Under the Moonlight. I'm sure that's not the end of this patch. There must be a little something else, I'm sure. Meanwhile, in the Imperial Palace. Oh, it looks like we are at the end of the patch, and this is our usual cheeky little cutscene that we normally get. Varus? We cannot suffer icons to exist. Was I not clear on this point? More than clear, the icon in question was summarily dispatched by the Warrior of Light. The summoner is dead, and the rite beyond repeating. Everything proceeded according to plan. Every party behaving exactly as required. My methods may seem extreme, but there is no cause for concern. I work only to ensure the salvation of this star. So that's 100% Elidibus, because I'm pretty sure he said something very similar beforehand. What have we got here? Is that the same guard that was observing us with the tomb? What are you doing fiddling with that thing? I asked you a question, soldier. That guy drew his sword exactly like Xenos. What are you? Have you lost your mind? Okay. Is this Xenos? In a new body? I have lost many things, but my mind is yet my own. There upon the stage I stood, prepared to take my final bow, only to find that the finale was but an intermission. Shall I use this chance to repent for my sins, embrace goodness and mediocrity? Nay, I think not. While the one I yearn to face yet lives, the hunt must go on. So this is obviously Xenos. just from that one sentence is obvious that it's him. It's really exciting that he's still alive. It was kind of disappointing the way he went out so quickly. It's nice to see him back. What's he looking? He's just looking to fly back to Garlemald. Okay, we'll see where he heads off to, I'm guessing next patch. Okay. Guys, I'll save the rest for the next video. So I hope you've enjoyed that. Nice couple of twists there in the story. I'm sure the next one will be the last because I can't imagine there's much more to go with the story. So if you enjoyed this one, make sure you leave it a like. And yeah, make sure to subscribe to catch me in the next one. And yeah, look out for my E3 coverage coming next week. Bye guys, see you soon.